I've got some really nice chicken leg quarters, some amazing spices. So today I'm going to be making smoked tandoori chicken. The first thing we need to do is get our spice mixture ready for the marinade, because the marinade is the key to this tandoori chicken. So we're going to heat up 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil over medium heat. Now we're going to start adding our spices. The first thing we're adding is a teaspoon of ground coriander, now a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of paprika, this is a sweet paprika, and a tablespoon of Garam masala. And we're just going to mix this all up in the oil. We don't want to burn anything, we just want to get all these flavors mixed together. And as soon as everything's mixed together in there, we're going to turn off the heat, set it aside to cool. So while our spice mixture is cooling so we can make the marinade, we have to take these 4 chicken leg quarters and remove the skin, because this dish is done skinless. So we're just going to start getting under the skin here. And pulling. If you need to use a kitchen scissors in there, go ahead. Just try and save the meat. Also, go ahead and trim off any excess big pieces of fat. I'm going to get the rest of these skinned and then we'll move on to making the marinade. All right, for this marinade we have a few ingredients to add to that spice mixture that we already toasted up and that's cooled. First thing we're going to add is about a cup of just plain yogurt. Now we're adding about 3 tablespoons of minced garlic. That might be about 4 garlic cloves minced up. Got 2 tablespoons of minced fresh ginger. Now we're going to add our spice mixture. Great smell coming off this. Then we're going to do the juice of 1 lemon, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. We're going to add some salt, maybe half a teaspoon. I'm just going to grind some up in here. Then we're just going to mix this all together. And get some on your shirt too if you stir it too fast. Have I ever mentioned that I am amazing at getting stains on shirts? You could put me in the middle of the ocean on a raft with only water surrounding me, and I will get barbecue sauce stains on a t-shirt for you. It's my superpower. Just look at the color of this. It is just gorgeous. Look at that. Amazing smell. I know I said it before, but the smell coming off this is just wonderful. Just want to make sure we get everything mixed in there, no clumps of anything. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's get it on the chicken. All right, just before we put the marinade on these leg quarters, we want to sort of score the skin in several places on each. So we're just going to take a knife, run it across the flesh, just to get some little gashes in there. This will help get the marinade down into the meat. All right, nice little cuts in the flesh there. Time for marinade. Just going to start sprinkling it on. Once again, go ahead and spill some if you feel you want to. I just did. I'm going to rub it all in. And we'll be turning these over, coating both sides. This deep golden color on these from this marinade. That's a lot of the turmeric? The color from that. Really just colors the entire marinade. Look at this. And I'm just going to keep repeating myself. The smell on this is amazing. I've done tandoori seasoning before, but never this way. This is one that I looked up online and added a few of my own things. And I got to tell you, toasting those spices a little bit in that oil really brings out a lot of the flavor and the scent, I believe. because that's one thing I haven't done before when making tandoori chicken. All right, this is ready. Now it's going to go in the refrigerator for about 6 hours. I would do it a minimum of 2. I wouldn't do it overnight. About 6 hours seems to be just about right. I've done it like 4 before and 8, and I think right in the middle there around 6 is just perfect. And after 6 hours, we're gonna take it outside and we're gonna smoke it on the Weber Kettle. So I'll see you in 6 hours. All right, the Weber Kettle's up to temp. Gonna be shooting for about 350 degrees today. If it's between 300 and 350, I'm fine with that. I went ahead and I sort of rubbed off some of the excess marinade so there's not just a ton of it sort of in big globs on there, but there is still plenty on this chicken, as you can see. So let's get it on the Weber Kettle. So I have the kettle set up for indirect with 1 briquette basket and just some foil in there to catch any drippings. I'll be adding the wood in just a few minutes after we get our chicken on. I mean, just look at that gorgeous golden color on these. Now I want to get a temperature probe here into one of the thighs, and I'm going to go for this one because it seems to be the biggest and it's kind of in the middle here. All right, that's good. It's time to get some wood on here, and I'm going to be using peach wood today. Let's get that in there. We're going to let our peach wood catch for a second before we put the lid back on the kettle and let this tandoori chicken get smoking. Seriously, I cannot get over how gorgeous this chicken looks in the raw state here on the kettle. All right, let's get the lid on, build back up to temp, let this get cooking. We're gonna be taking this to 165 degrees internal, just like you would any other piece of chicken, but at about 130 degrees, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna probably give this a quick sear just to get some more color on the outside. But I'll check it and see how it's going with the smoke. Maybe it won't need it. We'll see. I'll bring you back when it's time to check these. All right, we just hit 130. Let's have a look at these. Just gorgeous color on these. I think I am going to sear these. Need to flip our little wing down here. Need to temporarily remove the temperature probe. Let's give these a little quick sear. Oh man, these smell good. These smell really good. Let's put this back over here. These just smell terrific. Oh. Okay, so I want to try and get the temperature probe back in roughly the same spot. Okay, the internal meat temperature showing 132, which is perfect. We just seared it. We've got about 33 degrees to go. So let's get some more wood on here for some smoke to finish this off and get the lid back on. You know, those looked gorgeous when they were just on there raw with the marinade, but now, man, just golden and beautiful. All right, our peach is catching. Let's get the lid back on. Let it finish cooking. All right, our kettle temp dropped a little bit. It's around upper 270s, but we are at 165 internal. Let's check these with the instant read. All right, let's take some temperature readings here. All right, we are looking good. 166. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get these off. I'll see you inside. Here is our finished smoked tandoori chicken. It smells really good and it looks really good. I hope you can see through the camera just the color that came through on this. We moved from that really rich golden color to now this sort of golden brown. But the outside looks are only one part of this. Let's cut into one of these. Still very hot here. I think I'm gonna go with this one right here. Let me move a couple of these out of the way. We'll go with this one. Right down there into the thigh. Oh, nice and juicy. Look at that. Beautiful inside. Oh, nice and juicy thigh meat. Look at that. Cooked just right. I'm even going to cut a little piece off the leg here. Ooh, nice. Nice and juicy. All right, time to taste. All right, here we go. Now there's no skin on this, so any of this color on the outside, you don't have to worry about it being sort of a rubbery skin if you didn't get it crispy enough. This is all flavor. This is all that marinade. Let's see. Wow. You really get that seasoning. It's almost the taste version of the scents that were released when I was toasting those spices in the oil. Permeates the meat. That 6 hours in the marinade was just perfect amount of time. Got a little bit of heat from that cayenne, but man, the flavor's deep in this. Here's a piece of that leg meat that I want to try. Oh man. Thigh meat, leg meat, that dark meat with all the fat works so well with spices. When you have a lot of spice in something, that fat just sucks it in. Oh man. Now this was done a little differently than some sort of traditional tandoori chicken. I didn't direct grill this first and then sort of do it indirect. I did it indirect first, which is the way I like to do chicken, and then finished it off with a little bit of direct grilling. Then moved it back indirect to get to 165 degrees. I really think that that's one of the best ways to get a moist chicken that isn't burned and dried out. I gotta tell you, those tandoori? I've gotta tell you, those tandoori spices on this work amazingly well when you're doing that indirect method. It gave the marinade that was still on the outside of that meat a little extra time to penetrate, to give it more flavor, and to accept some of that peach smoke. Because remember, smoke likes moisture. And with some of that marinade still coating the outside of the chicken, you just get more of that smoke flavor, and you do get the peach smoke in here. Really nice fruity hint there. So this was the complete package. Great color, great flavor, juicy, just the perfect sort of chicken to cook out on the grill.